Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at RGB LAN 6. We're live here outside of Philadelphia with the beautiful dusting of snow after last evening. And we're here to bring you some more Team Fortress 2 for charity, and of course a whole slew of games throughout today. I'm Rogue. Thank you so much for joining us here, and I'm joined by Ethan. How you feeling this morning?
Feeling pretty good. I got a little bit more sleep last night than the night before, and I'm looking forward to some more TF2 action. Yesterday, we just got finished with the group stage, and now we're on to the bracket stage where things are really going to start mattering. You know, if you lose 2 matches, then you're just out of the tournament, as it is now a double elimination bracket. So we'll have to see how things end up shaping up to be. For their first match, we'll be having All My Fellas versus the Real Wieners. The first seed and the 8th seed, so the highest seed versus the lowest seed. So it's going to be a pretty daunting match, I feel like, for the Real Wieners. That's
right. And I remember last night we captured a bit of the Real Wieners when they were on Gully Wash, and they put up a really nice showing, I think, as well, where it was one of those like 5-0 matches, but it went the whole time, right? I think up until like maybe there were 2 minutes left on the clock for the 30-minute round timer and things like that. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they have to show for us today. And yeah, I think if I caught a glimpse of the match, we'll be on Sunshine, if I have that right.
Ooh, okay. I haven't seen Sunshine yet. We've been seeing just a lot of Snake Water, a little bit of Metalworks. Looking forward to some Sunshine.
Yeah, that's a favorite map of mine as well, and especially for getting to watch a team like All My Fellas, right, such seasoned veterans over an invite where, yeah, some of the jumps on mid can be wild. These lash pushes get, like, you know, the kind of scramble for the point at the last second is always a lot of fun to watch. So, yeah, it's very exciting to catch what they have for us. And I guess just before we go live, I'll take another second to remind everyone where, you know, here at RGB LAN, the video games are only a means to an end, and of course that end is supporting different types of charities. So here at RGB, the 3 color channels, red, green, and blue, all represent a different charity here, where the red represents Julia's Grace, which supports the lifestyles of children who have cancer, so kind of helping make their lives the best they can with the capabilities that the charity has. Next is Help Hope Live, which helps fund those bank-breaking medical bills of those necessary procedures that cost way too much in order to help people get along. The last one is the Philly Tech Sisters for Blue, where they work on creating opportunities for women of color in tech and work on supporting different types of coding workshops here in Philadelphia. So all of our fundraising here goes to all 3 of those charities, and please take a look on the RGB website to support on your own. And it looks like we're heading into match number 1 for the day.
Yep, I can't wait to get into match number 1 for today. And going to be starting up Sunshine, first map for today.
Oh, seeing just the slide up the ramp with the spoon. Now I'm real hungry for esports. Let's see what they got. Habib on demo this time. We saw a little bit of Soldier out of Habib yesterday.
Yeah, Habib immediately being dropped down to 50 HP, though. That might be a little bit scary. And Habib's actually going to go down. Culture's also pretty low on HP here. This is looking like a pretty good mid-fight here for Victims of the Real Wieners so far. Although they're actually getting dropped. As I was saying that, they had a pretty decent start. They got a pick on the demo. Like, that's a good start, but they weren't able to fully capitalize on it. And it looks like All My Fellas will be ending up actually winning the mid. And they're already on second. And yeah, it looks like their Victims of Real Wieners are actually just going to be put straight onto their last here.
Right now, yeah, getting this cap time down, but they say, hey, let's wait for the rest of our team. So we have Yub on Engineer, Kaorn on Sniper. They're trying to come up with whatever sort of lines of defense they can here. Actually, Kaorn swapping back off. So, yeah, here we're trying to build this Uber up. No Ubers on the board since both meds died at mid, but I do see a Kritzkrieg from Culture.
Ooh, okay. And yeah, there's also just a pick there on All My Fellas, so they're going to have to back up a little bit.
Making our way now into this, yeah, like kind of peeking out through these doors, building up this crits. The crits will build very slightly faster than the Ubers, so Habib is looking to use his crits as soon as he can. Coming up top here.
Oh, let's see, can Habib make use of this crits? Oh, they're going to pop a Uber right into the crits. It looks like they're not going to get a lot of value out of the crits. Oh, Real Wiener going in for Shotgun Soldier. And looks like Samplas will actually be able to get just a little bit of a sneaky back cap almost onto the point.
A great play from Raisins here to just basically hold right click and use that Uber as soon as they get, because they were able to survive that crits. But I think, yeah, by trying to take that winning fight over there, they kind of got a little bit basically corralled into that one corner, so they were so far from the point, Sandblast just walks right on.
Yeah, that was a bit of a tricky situation right there. Oh, Bacon Blitz behind all my fellas. Oh, gonna be trying to go in for a sack here potentially. Not gonna be able to get it, unfortunately for them. It looks like all my fellas are gonna be winning this mid. Oh, trying to go for a salvage here, but looks like they're not gonna be able to get much out of that salvage as Habib and Culture are still both up, and now Victims of the Real Wieners are just held to their last once again after the mid fight. I feel like this is a really daunting mid-fight. I feel like this is one of the harder mid-fights for more inexperienced teams to really get a hold of, and really experienced teams can really show their prowess on this mid here.
That's right. You have so many options on the left side versus the right side, and then high ground versus the low ground, getting behind versus not. So yeah, it's, I think, amazing in ways for the Victims of the Real Wiener to survive in the ways that they did against such a daunting team. But we have our Uber coming into last year with a full ad.
Yeah, and it's just a full ad Uber here, so they're going to be trying to get as many kills as they can with this Uber. And it looks like everyone, the Victory Wieners, are just going to succumb down to this Uber push from all my fellas, and now they're up 2-0 within the first 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, textbook TF2 here. You know, you get the pick onto the medic at mid, roll that into an Uber ad push into last, and there you go. That's how we hope to win rounds all the time.
Doesn't always work like that, but whenever it does, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I know I work better with my back against the wall. Suddenly when I have this ad, it's like, all right, let's start doing stuff for now, and finally you start winning that way, huh?
Yeah, I'm hoping to see maybe some changes here on the mid-fight from Victor Real Wieners, because getting wiped for the 3rd time would be just devastating for them.
Even their medic very safe in Cafe.
Yeah, at least they keep their medic alive here, but they are dropping quite a few players, and it looks like all my fellas, they're just going to be pushing through Cafe right now. Going to be trying to take advantage of some of these picks that they have, and yeah, they're going to be shoving out Victims of the Real Wieners out of 2nd here. Going to just push them straight into last, but they at least have their Ubers still. They won't be at massive disad and just have to try to survive from a crazy Uber push. Actually, oh, looks like they're going to be trying to recontest 2nd here.
Bamo gets taken down. Now the Ubers do come up on both teams here. Contesting on 2nd, and yeah, that point capture still hasn't quite come down, and wow, massive shots from Kaorn. 1-2.
Wow.
Sandblast and Habib are gone. Now they're just backing up. Culture and Quacks trying to make their way back to mid.
Yeah, I thought they were just going to back up over to their last, but it looks like they were just getting ready to re-aggress, and now they're on the offensive, trying to capture mid here, and it looks like they should be able to get it since all my fellas are going to have to fall back. They don't have any player numbers really to fight off against this push for now, although it looks like they are going to try to go for it. Oh, a little bit scary there for their med, but they're going to stay up.
The scouts working their way with this, like, you know, double scout Uber chariot through Valley here, closing the distance. Look at that. Demo the first to fall instantly, and now you got to grab the med because you don't want to leave the enemy team with the full ad. But Raisin survives for now on 50 HP. Getting a little bit chased into last here, but, you know, the damage is done on 2nd. Now there's really nothing to do except, yeah, die here on last, trying to scramble for the defense.
Yeah, it's just a full wipe. There is nothing they can really do aside from just watch as all my fellas are now going to be taking their 3rd point of the match.
Yeah, beautiful. I really like that heads-up adjustment from the Victims of the Real Wiener to say, like, all right, we'll keep like 1 foot in mid, but 1 foot out the door, right? And say, hey, if it's not our mid, that's okay. Let's just not get wiped, right? So I really like that heads-up play, even though it's very passive.
Yeah, it may feel a little bit bad just to have to give up the mid like that, but at least you kept your player numbers up and weren't able to just get completely wiped. You're able to play for that 2nd, and they even had a chance to fight for mid there for a 2nd. Let's see how things will go into this mid. Oh, looks like a bomb coming in for Victims of the Real Wieners med. Looks like they are just going to get absolutely wiped here in this mid. Oh, no. This is not what you want to be seeing if you're rooting for them right now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, getting 1 is always a morale booster, you know, because here the Real Wiener can say, listen, I got mine, what about you all? And, you know, it's at least something. So, as we have, yeah, Botman to join the point capture here.
Oh, it looks like they're actually just trying to hold the spawn door here, but this might be a little bit too aggressive. They could get punished for this potentially if they're not careful. Although it looks like, with how much Uber ad they have, it looks like they should just be able to cap last here. Oh, no. Going to the sticky trap right there. It looks like they're going to be wanting to pop Uber through dungeon. Yep, right into the combo here.
Oh, Habib, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's still got it. Look at this. Flying into the spawn, shooting them from behind, just spreading massive damage and keeping them corralled away from the point.
You know, Habib was screaming in comms there, for sure.
Yeah, right. But it's still before noon. But you know, that's the spirit of competition. Got everyone all riled up.
Yep. Yet another round win. Now it's 4-0. Scoreboard on the top. A little bit incorrect, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's first to 5 here, and woo, what a fun rollout. A little bit of motion sickness for those of us who haven't had lunch yet like me, but I'll be there soon. Landing on the medic here, and these double soldier bombs onto Raisins has been so intimidating. And look at all these frags coming 4 or 5, and that's a full wipe, a clean wipe, a fibrous wipe.
Honestly, with how daunting the mid fight just appears to be for Victims Real Wieners, they might just want to concede and just get ready to hold second. Just like straight up, just be like, hey, you guys won mid. I'm just gonna play on my second, because it's looking really tough for them. But now they're just gonna have to try holding their last here. It's 4-0 right now. If all my fellas take the last point, they win the entire game. Looks like they're gonna be able to, as almost everyone on the side of Victim Real Wieners are taken out. It's just Raisins left, and they're gonna get wiped out. And now all my fellas are gonna take Sunshine 5-0 in a pretty convincing fashion.
Yeah, beautiful, clean play. Yeah, it's sort of everything we expected, I think, from all my fellas. And this is, like you said, number 1 seed versus number 8 seed. So for these two teams to kind of match up together in this way, it's the best we have to offer here. But even then, for being the 8th seed, these aren't just random people off the street, right? These are seasoned competitors, been in the game for years and years. And even so, we got to see what sort of the skill gap looks like from, all the players on Victims of the Real Wiener have been playing for 5-8 years themselves. And still, we see, I think, how far above and beyond all my fellas goes on the server.
Yeah, and I mean, there were moments where they were showing some promise. They had a moment where they were able to actually push. It looked like they were about to concede their second there for one of the mid fights, and then they were actually able to reaggress because they had their Uber, so they were able to go in and go for like an exchange play on the second, and they actually ended up winning that and going over to mid. Unfortunately, they did lose the fight for mid after that, but they were showing a little bit of promise at some points in the match, so I guess we've got that to look forward to. And I mean, they're still in the tournament. They're just going to be knocked down to the losers bracket, where after one more, if they lose another match, they will be knocked out of the tournament completely.
That's right. And yeah, I'm always grateful as well, like you mentioned, where the worst thing I think you can do as the underdog basically is to sort of lay down and die, right? So yeah, what exciting push out onto second when they said, no, let's recontest. Yeah, these guys are great, but screw it. We got to try some time, right?
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I guess we'll be seeing what the next match will be. What matches are you looking forward to for round 1 of winners bracket? If or even round 2 of winners bracket, if you have any like bracket predictions, I guess, for this bracket. Yeah,
thanks for asking. I think, of course, with the way that we rank it is, the whole reason we do seeding with the group stage is, if you do well in your group, then you have hypothetically an easier path to grand finals. So those teams that are right in the middle, like the 4th seed versus the 5th seed is always exciting for me, where it's Era Black versus Opium. So that one's definitely exciting. And I think the other one I'm watching up for is Ford Gaming, I think, is sort of the other contender for grand finals. And so it's kind of a question here of what teams are going to push them, right? Are they going to be dropping rounds to teams on and off, or are they going to have the same kind of dominant sweep all the way through? It'll be really telling for what sort of grand finals we're looking to see, especially because Ford Gaming and all my fellows were in different groups, so they haven't played each other yet at this tournament.
Yeah, and I think that'll be a really fun matchup to watch, because I think those are two of the teams that everyone's kind of expecting to make it to grand finals, although they still have to make the path, they have to make the journey over to grand finals throughout the day. But I think those two teams are going to be kind of the two teams everyone's looking out for and seeing how they perform in their upcoming matches.
Are there any you're looking forward to as well?
I am kind of curious how all my fellows will play in winners finals for this match. Oh, I just got a confirmation. So actually, for the bracket stage, we are playing best out of 3, so we actually will be seeing a second map for this match, and it will be on Metalworks. Very sorry about that. Did not know about that.
Yeah, hey, that's great, I say. In the group stage, it's really nice to get sort of a feel, especially even for the teams if you're the underdogs, right? It's like, hey, we lost this match. What do we need to adjust? But now in a best of 3, you really get to kind of see, hey, number 1, we're going to put our best foot forward with what we learned yesterday and, learning how to play with each other from the experience that they got. Number 2, you get this best of 3 to kind of say, hey, even if we kind of get off on the wrong foot on one of these maps, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, at least they're going to have that second map to maybe get a redemption, and they can maybe go to map 3. I mean, I guess we'll just have to see. But Metalworks is one of those maps where, again, I feel like the mid fight is going to be kind of a problem for Victims of the Real Wiener, because one of the things about this mid is that if you have a really good rollout, you like, especially as a demo, you can just lock out the other team from even playing the mid. And seeing how Sunshine went, where the rollout speeds were just a lot quicker, it felt like, on All My Fellas, I am kind of worrying about how the mid fights are going to play out on this map as well.
And well said, especially because we saw on the team of All My Fellas, they feel so confident in so many different classes, right? Like yesterday, we saw Habib on Soldier, then we saw Habib on Demo. And of course, the off-classing from this team is phenomenal across the board. So I think it's especially intimidating where, you know, if we say, hey, like, you know, we kind of have Habib's number on this one and we can pressure the Demo, surprise, they might just switch classes and have, you know, someone else hop on Demo and Habib back on Soldier, things like that.
Yeah, I think it's just absolutely crazy how these players are just so experienced that they're just able to just completely hop onto a different, like, generalist class and just perform really well still. I thought that was pretty crazy that Habib just swapped from Demo over to Soldier on their Snakewater game earlier in the group stage yesterday, and they were just nuking at points, and they were starting to perform better in that match. It was getting a little bit stalematey. I believe it was like 1-2. They were still in the lead, but it was getting a little bit stalematey towards the second half. Habib swaps over to Soldier, and immediately they just get like a couple of round wins, and now they're just completely in the driver's seat of that game. So I kind of wonder if we'll see that in the bracket stage, or if that was just kind of like a little group stage thing that they were doing just to experiment with.
And as I think to the other team of, what, you know, what are their strengths and what kind of answers will they have for some kind of shot into this match, I think a star player on their side for me is actually Raisins on Medic, where we saw such, I think, fantastic movement out of Raisins, right? There was an example on Gully Wash where, you know, having to stay in because you need the Uber, but dodging damage until you get that full percent. So we saw some kind of the same thing here where, you know, not getting caught out by the crits, saying, hey, check where they're coming from, check what they're going to do so that I can respond accordingly. And then in each case, Raisins, he was able to meet them with Uber and things like that, and at least make themselves really hard to kill, where if some of the players from All My Fellas want to kill Raisins on mid, then they're going to have to give up, you know, 1 or 2 players for it. So I think that's definitely a great rock to have on your team as you look for kind of some way back into the match.
Yeah, medics who have really good movement and being able to damage surf really well is a really underrated skill, I feel like, for players, to be honest, just because you're able to just survive so much and you're able to keep your team, as you said, like a rock or maybe like an anchor for your team to just keep them afloat and keep them, you know, in the round. Because at the end of the day, a lot of what kind of determines your decision-making as a team mainly comes down to Uber percentage for both teams and player ad for either team. Those are like the 2 main things that really determine where you really stand in the round. If you have all the momentum, you're able to just push into the other team's last or something like that.
Right, yeah, I'm hoping here that we get to see, I mean, some of those like adjustments kind of we saw in the first map where at some point the Victims of the Real Wiener said, hey, we're not even going to contest mid fully. We're going to, you know, give it a shot. If they drop a player, then we'll commit. Otherwise, we'll hold second with an Uber this time and things like that. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see that they're, like kind of keeping their head in the game and getting creative. And I think you have to look to almost a different level of creativity, right? You have to start getting real weird with it, because if you play your default TF2, it's not going to work. But maybe if you say, hey, we're going to deathball 6 players in a spot we're not supposed to go, just to confuse them, then, hey, we have a chance to kind of work off that chaos maybe.
Yeah, and looks like we're about to be getting into map number 2 of the first game of the morning, or noon now. Metalworks, All My Fellas up 1-0 in the overall best out of 3. Let's see how both of these teams do on this first mid-fight for Metalworks.
Both of these teams are also winners in my book for starting so early. You know, I'm very appreciative for the schedule and stuff like that, for teams to have everything coordinated, everyone here on time, and laying it down here on the server. Some massive bombs from some of the players on the side of Victims of the Real Wiener, and they were able to turn some heads, but not able to seal the frags that they were looking for.
Yeah, it looks like they will have to start kind of backing up. It looks like they'll be backing up to their last. Oh, Quack's trying to go in for a little bit of a sneaky pick onto their med, but it looks like they're not going to be able to get the pick on the med. They do get a kill on a scout, though, on the K-Orn. It looks like Quack's huge bomb there is able to drop raisins. Oh, my goodness. That could have opened up the round, but all my fellas actually end up losing 3 players. So they're going to have to slow down just a little bit. But now it's a 3 versus 3. They do have full Uber ad, and they're up like a medic. Bummo coming right onto last. They're going to pop the Uber in. Going to get a kill on the scout. Going to be going for the demo as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're just going to barely miss the shots on the demo. And the Uber's going to be out. And now they're forced to actually fall back despite having full Uber ad. Oh my goodness. The spawn's coming in just in time.
Sandblast on Scout here, disguised as a friendly, on Spy, disguised as a friendly Scout. Even looking for the backstab on randomly just Bacon Blitz flying in, going for a little bit of a play. Sandblast even showing as Scout peeking into these doors. Wait a second.
Wait. Yeah,
surprise.
Yeah, it's, I don't know if that's, oh, I mean, it is working out. They're just guts by, and all my fellas just able to just walk into last there. It
Never
looks
seen
like
that one before.
It looked like 3 of their players were distracted by the Spy just like chilling there as a friendly Scout on the side.
EVKR and Spy disguised as their friendly Scout is crazy.
Yeah, I think like half their team was distracted by that, and they were able to just basically get all that free space and walk in.
Yeah. Oh no, watch out, he's doing less damage than a Scout. Yeah, what a riot. But hey, yeah, it's always fun to have fun. On our second mid here on Metalworks, a lot of spam out from Habib, and look at this, already like pre-denying this high ground on the left side.
Yeah, and 2 picks already for all my fellas. Oh my goodness, it looks like they're going for the full team wipe here. They might be able to get it.
Last one here, the real wiener. Oh,
Yeah,
actually, I missed on 13 HP, fleeing to last.
Oh, no.
Whoa, Quacks.
Spoke too soon. Quacks is like, no, it's a full team wipe. I don't know what you're talking about. And yeah, it looks like all my fellas, once again, just a really dominant mid-fight. Now Victor's Real Wieners just held to their last here. Looks like they're going to be wanting to pop their Uber pretty quickly. I mean, they have full Uber ad here. They're going to just try to get something quick going, potentially. Taking a little bit to set up for it, but they should be ready any second. I'm noticing there's 3 off classes actually for Victim's Real Wieners. They have a Pyro, a Demo, or not, sorry, a Pyro, a Sniper, and an Engineer.
Yeah, I say get weird with it, right? Oh wow, so many players on point here, and the Pyro can work well to both reflect the projectiles and kind of close this gap towards the point, sort of play those angles, but actually sort of overextends and goes out into the open. Quack's now able to fly forward without worrying about an air blast, and there's only 2 left up here, the heavy weapons, giving it a little bit of the old college try, but that's where we'll leave it for round number 2.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, the heavy is not on the point at all, so they can just avoid the heavy and just go straight to point.
Yeah, you know, I think seeing K-On on Sniper and, like, again, a seasoned, like, Highlander invite Sniper player, I would love to see something weird like K-On Sniper to mid, right? You know, number 1, get in their heads a little bit and make them uncomfortable. Number 2, hey, maybe you get that lucky pick on, like, a demo, a medic, or something like that you can work with.
Yeah, I will say that is actually kind of a strat on Goalie Wash. I have seen that, like, once or twice on that map specifically, so that could work, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, here we have, wow, quick picks coming out from bot mode, Quacks, another bot mode pick. So you have a quick mid, but hey, Raisins survives this time. So now they're working the second.
No.
Cast is Chris again, and Quacks is listening to me.
Spoke just a little bit too soon once again, right as we think they're gonna live. One of all my fellow soldiers just comes flying through the sky, and it's too late.
Wow, and yeah, look at this quick pressure onto last. Oh, the Real Arena going for the wall bug.
Oh, I thought they hit it. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, they're just gonna be popping with full Uber ad right into the last here. Trying to make the most out of it.
So much damage coming out of Habib, but it's not enough to really get a pick yet. Kieran, the only one down.
Yeah, only 1 pick. It looks like Victory Winners are kind of stabilizing a little bit here temporarily, although Sandblast is just running behind the medic and demo, and no one's defending the medic or demo right there because all the other players are dead. It's a full wipe, and all my fellas are now up 3-0.
Okay, there we go. It's been just about 6 minutes, so yeah, 2 minutes per cap for this 3-0, but not even. So yeah, all my fellas are flying through this match.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Victims of the Real Wieners, if they're really going to want to have a chance to really come back into this, I mean, they do have time to come back into it just because the first 3 rounds are just so quick. but they're really going to have to like change up how they're playing if they're going to want to have a chance in this match, I feel like.
Right, and even on mid, do you play aggressive and try and get in their face? But, you know, they kind of want you to do that. Right now, Bacon Blitz flying up, turning some heads, and then opting just to survive, get some health. Yeah, right now, Quacks, wow, just sets out the damage for bot mode to Sandblast to clean up so early here on the mid, getting 3 picks from the scouts.
Yeah, Victor's Real Winners now trying to get out through Underpass. It looks like everyone on All My Fellas are wanting to go for the kill, though, on all 3 of them. Yeah, Habib is just pushing up more and more. Oh, just a scout? Just, oh, 50 HP. Oh my goodness, Habib. That was a close call.
Wow. Yeah, nice shots in chat. Everyone's still being very polite. Sandblast now on Sniper, working the way into last. Yeah, these Sandblast off classes are fun because... Oh, wait. Agent Cortez already enforcing the Uber.
Wow, and now they have full Uber ad as well. This is looking really scary here for Victim's Real Wiener.
Oh, those LAN arrows from Lol Guy. How fun. Working away. Yeah, the Real Winner's saying, like, listen, let's try and make something work, you know? Like, on one hand, that's sort of a feat. On the other, we can't afford to just sit and passively wait for them to push last with full ad, right?
Yeah. Oh, another soldier trying to go for some. They are going to get All My Fellas to pop a little bit more early than they might want to, but they are still going to get that pick onto them. And now there's 3 players just left in their spawn, and they just have no space to be able to really contest All My Fellas for this 4th round. And now they're up 4-0.
Yeah, here we go. This it's first of 5 wins, and now this is map number 2 on our best of 3. So here we are in the elimination bracket, just starting off. No one is in the lower bracket just yet, but we're looking at All My Fellas taking a 10-0 across these 2 maps in their first best of 3 if they're able to seal the deal in this last round.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and find out. Let's see if there's any changes potential. Oh no, an early demo drop for Victor's Real Wieners. That's gonna shut them out of mid. They should just be trying to fall back as quickly as possible. They are gonna get 2 more picks as well on top of that. So now it just feels like, once again, they're just getting completely shut out of this mid. It's exactly what I was worried about for this team coming into this match.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting, I think, to see some of these plays that they've had off last. And right now, I guess, K on the Engineer. Yeah, nothing, I guess, super exciting, but hey, you know, we got to see what they got up their sleeve. Basically, look for any opening and collapse, and wow, what a bomb. Agent Cortez threads the needle all the way towards their spawn, past the sentry gun.
Yeah, and the point's already half capped right now, so they have to be extra wary of it, and looks like All My Fellas popping their Uber. Nothing Victim's Real Wieners can really do, unfortunately, as full Uber ad and down a med. And All My Fellas are going to take map 2, 5-0, knocking down Victim's Real Wieners into the losers bracket.
That's right. So they'll still have a chance to keep their skin in the game and continue working their way up from the losers bracket here. But super dominant performance from All My Fellas. I think that's exactly what we're expecting.
Yeah, I mean, they are kind of the team that's, I think a lot of people are favoring to win the entire tournament. So it does kind of make sense that they would be able to do this well and all that. But I don't know. There's some promise there for Victim's Real Wieners. I just feel like they were getting shut out of mid a lot, and they were playing 2 maps where the mid fight can really determine a lot of the momentum. And they're also pretty hard mid fights as well to win if you're not a super experienced team.
That's true. Yeah, at the same time, I think, you know, when you're looking at a pick ban against a team like this, I think, you know, if you're Victims of the Real Wiener, if we let any King of the Hill maps go through, we're going to get wiped at mid, and then forward held, and then spawn camped for 3 minutes and 0 seconds, and then the round's over every round over round. So, yeah, I'm still grateful that they went this way in the map picks, but like you said, it's so tough when, like, you know, you have to spend all your bans on any Koth. Now, suddenly, the All My Fellas can pick whatever control point maps they'd like.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate. I didn't really quite think of the pick and bans like that, but yeah, having to just be forced to ban maps that you might be comfortable against other teams, but against this certain team specifically, you just do not want to play against.
Right. Yeah, and as this team moves forward through the losers bracket, I am excited to see they had some of these rallying ideas, and again, a great anchor from Raisins like we saw. I would personally love to see more of like K-On! On Sniper and get real weird with it, get creative, because if you can throw off a team that's so used to playing TF2 by the book and things like that, and suddenly make them guess, make them coordinate and things like that, when these teammates have all played together, but like it's not like this is their official team that they've been with for years, right? So, yeah, just kind of, what's the word, like bamboozle, discombobulate, and that'll give you a lot of time to work with at least.
Yeah, I think going for plays that will make the other team second guess and up their decision-making time is very useful, because it feels like all my fellows were just pretty comfortable that entire game. They just felt like they were just kind of getting what they wanted the entire time almost. So yeah, I would like to see like some more like mix-ups and stuff from victims and real winners as they go into the losers bracket.
Yeah, I'll ask you your thoughts here. So, do you think it's better for all my fellas, the tournament favorites so far, do you think it's better for them to start with a really easy match like this? Like, hey, get warmed up on the keyboard, get comfortable in your LAN chair and set up at this new desk and stuff like that? Or do you think it's more beneficial to get like really pushed early, right? So you don't get complacent, don't get lazy, because if suddenly, match 2 or 3 is tough, these teams have been really warmed up and tested, So do you think it's better for them to have like sort of a freebie gimme like this, or is it more useful to be tested early?
I mean, I think that kind of depends. As long as all my fellows aren't getting like complacent, I think it depends on team mental. I think if they're just feeling like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go in and crush it, that could lead to some problems in winners round 2, or if they make it winners round 3, if they get a really tough opponent. And it looks like they will be facing the winner of Era Black versus Opium for winners round 2. We don't know which team quite yet, but probably soon we will find out.
Sure, and I'm looking here. I think it was yesterday. I'm trying to remember that there were the teams that had like 2 of the teams had the same result of like win-loss tie 1-1-1. It was Goblin Zone and was it Opium? Either way, looking at both of those teams, where I think it might have been based on the way the seeding looks here. Actually, I'm not quite sure. Either way. Yeah, it's tough to say here where, as all my fellows works their way through the winner's bracket from here, the winner of Era Black versus Opium is immediately not free. They're going to have to really, be a lot more disciplined, I guess, and not going to win every single mid fight and every single last push and things like that moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. I think all my fellows, they're going to have to make sure that they're not getting complacent and that they're ready to fight for their next match, for sure.
And as I look at our, look to our other matches here, we have some others ongoing now, or maybe just starting. Of course, these are our first matches of the day, everyone waking up after last night. Though, it's funny, I've spent many years competing and been, here at this Expo Center. My first LAN was here 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Really a journeyman at this point, checking into the retirement home here, geriatric, just chilling out on the desk. But no, I think it's funny because, last night even, I'm like, hey, is anyone going anywhere? I want to get dinner or something. And everyone's like, nope, we're just going back to the hotel, ordering pizza, watching our demos. So everyone's still, like, real focused. Like, we're going to get a good night's sleep. We're going to stay focused on what a win looks like tomorrow. And it's really exciting to see, that across the board, all of these teams are so excited to be here and competing.
Yeah, and with the timing of things, I want to say group stage ended around 9 or 10 p.m. roughly. So matches starting at 12 p.m. today at noon. That means teams don't have too much prep time to really, watch their demos, get sleep, but also, eat and take care of yourself.
Right. Yeah, and that was great, too, I think, as well, from Nomad, where yesterday we had an interview at the end of the day, right? And he was mentioning, with everyone traveling in, it's like you got to get everyone across like all these different flights or drives, or you gotta stay up all night, or someone's got something going out for work or personal stuff. But now everyone's here, everyone's focused, everyone's got the same amount of sleep ready to go, so no more excuses, in a way of like, oh, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, I guess. But it happens to the best of us.
Yep. And looks like we'll be having a little bit of a break here before we get to the next match. Just like to say thank you everyone for watching, and definitely keep on staying tuned for more TF2 action after this short break that we will have.
See you soon.
All right, and welcome back, everyone, after a little bit of a long break to RGB LAN here live in Philadelphia. And today I'm Ethan, joined by my lovely co-caster, Rogue. We're going to be casting some more TF2. We're going to be in winners round 2 with All My Fellas versus Era Black.
That's right. We're finding ourselves, in the winner's bracket here, where All My Fellas and Era Black took their respective best of threes just this morning. So this is the number 1 seed versus the number 4 seed, where the winner of this goes to the semifinals here at RGB6.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see how both these teams play out. I know All My Fellas had a really strong winners round 1 game. Kind of wondering, let's see if they try to keep on rolling this momentum and just try pushing it with Era Black, or if they kind of start slowing down as they're starting to face tougher teams later into the bracket.
Right, and there are a lot of other, invite or pushing invite players on the side of Era Black, too, so there will be basically a lot more competition kind of coming their way where, we saw a really dominant performance from the tournament favorites on All My Fellas, so now, what does it look like for them to be pushed a little bit more and to be tested here? And we find ourselves back on Sunshine, where they did show a very strong performance, and this happens to be one of my favorite maps as well. We kind of discussed how fun the mids can be and things like that. So I think, there's going to be a lot said on this map, basically, of sort of what the gaps are between these two teams, or maybe if they're able to put up a really close match.
Yeah, as you're talking about the mids here, I feel like one way to describe the mids on Sunshine is it's kind of like a more advanced process kind of mid process, but there's more decisions you can make during the mid. And it can lead to a lot of really fun results if both the teams are super experienced and know how to play with all these different ideas and stuff.
Sure, and how exposed you are as well on this mid compared to others where, once you come out of Valley or come out of Choke, then, people can see you from the left side or the right side or the bell tower and stuff like that, or just run at you in a straight line. So, you don't get that, kind of leeway as you get on Process, like you mentioned, where, there's huge crates, the rocks, everything like that. So, it's exciting kind of to see, number one, what are teams' sort of defaults there, but from there, how do you respond, how do you adapt, because you can kind of see what they're doing, and that gives you a lot of room to counter call, right, and say, oh, because they're going here, we should now do this next.
Yeah, and also just with the second hold, I feel like there's a little bit more dynamic stuff you can do compared to some other maps as well. I just feel like there's a lot of options and stuff that really experienced teams can take advantage of to really start snowballing into being able to push into the other team's last if they are able to capitalize off of some slight positioning error from one of the teams.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited to see as we have about 10 in the server here. We'll be getting ready to go as soon as we get all 12. I see bot mode reconnecting to the server real quick. But either way, this is an exciting match. And I'll just take a quick second to mention here at RGB6 where we have these 3 charities that the LAN works to support, where all of the tournament that we're playing, and all of the other games that are happening throughout the day, and even offline as well. There's so many, side tournaments and things like that, so many spectator events going on here at the LAN. So all of them work to support 3 separate charities, where charity number 1 is Julia's Grace, where that one works to support children with cancer and particularly support their lifestyle around having cancer, right, and how emotionally difficult that can be to, find happiness there. So they work really closely with people who are in that type of situation to do what they can. Second is Help Hope Live, where they work to fund and back up those types of medical bills that are debilitatingly expensive and just break the bank completely. So they help bring the procedures to the people who need them but can't afford them because of how expensive they are, right? And the last one is the Philly Tech Sisters, who work on creating opportunities in tech for women of color. And they do a lot of work around Philadelphia as well as sponsoring coding workshops and things like that. So here, when you're watching and playing here at RGB, those R for red, G for green, and B for blue colors all work to support each of the charities, and they all get different splits of everything that's raised here. So thanks, everyone, for all of your support.
Yeah, just 3 absolutely wonderful charities, and I'm so happy that we're able to help support them and be able to cherish our love for gaming here at RGB LAN right here in Philadelphia.
That's right. I actually saw, just on our break, there was a Help Hope Live booth that was set up just across the venue here. So I'll have to make sure I take a second to say hello.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully we'll be getting started soon. It looks like we have around 10 people in the server.
Yeah, I'll take a second and just mention that, like, basically the rest of the stuff going on in the winners bracket here. So Ford Gaming took a pretty clean win over Team Fun, where, let me see if I can actually find the scores, but either way, they are finding themselves continuing throughout the lower bracket. Yep, Ford Gaming 5-0, 5-0. Now, Goblin Zone and Drift Pugs was the other match we were actually considering for this time block, but as I pull up the challenge, I don't know, is it French, whatever, it was a 2-1 for Goblin Zone over Drift Pugs in map number 1. It was a 1-2, so in favor of Drift Pug for map number 2. So now they're going to overtime, map number 3, and I don't know what map that was. We saw them on Swiftwater just now. Oh, no, we saw them on Snakewater just now.
Yeah, and it took, I believe it was 15 minutes for the first round to actually get completed. I was watching it like from behind some of the players on Goblin Zone. Crazy stuff. I kind of wish we could have saw that game, but I think whichever team ends up getting, I think either team could potentially get pretty far, maybe even get like snag like a third place spot. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing those two teams later on in the bracket later today.
Yeah, I'm trying to think through like how I would sort of even describe that kind of style of teams, because they don't have, I guess, like that star power of like, oh, this person is one of the best people in the world on their class. You know, they don't have that necessarily, but they have such great cohesion and such veteran savvy where it's like, this team isn't going to smash you and annihilate you, but they're so tough to beat, you know? So it's like, we're finding ourselves, yeah, with these score lines that are so close and so tough to break. I think just because these teams are both so good and are really that specific flavor of neck and neck, right?
Yeah, I think the battle for third place will be super interesting, honestly. Like, there's a lot of teams. Like, I'm seeing, like, I feel like 2 or 3 teams could potentially get, like, third place here for sure. Like, I don't think it's just, oh, this team's definitely going to win, this team's definitely going to get second, this team's definitely going to get third. It's not, like, set in stone, or it doesn't feel that way at all. It feels like, while there are some favorites to win, I don't really know exactly how the bracket's going to shape up exactly. There's a lot of matches that I could see going either way, I feel like.
And as I pull up our losers bracket here, I see that Opium took the win over Victims of the Real Wiener. So this is our first elimination here from Victims of the Real Wiener. And they put on a great show yesterday, I think, where, yeah, one of their matches went the full distance of 30 minutes and things like that. So great play from them, and good luck to Opium in the losers bracket as well as they continue forward.
Yeah, I was just talking with some of the players on Opium before they had their match, and yeah, they sounded pretty confident going in, so great to see that it transferred into their game.
For sure. Yeah, and especially, you know, the first round was Opium versus Era Black, like the 4th and 5th seed, so like, again, very neck and neck. The match ended up not being super close. It was 5-0, 5-0 for Era Black, so showing that they're here to win now that it's Saturday. The seeding doesn't matter. It's how many wins you can get, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, you could have a pretty bad group stage, and it will make your bracket a bit tougher, but at the end of the day, if you can win your bracket matches, I mean, that's what's going to advance you further through the tournament. And, I mean, it could set you up getting a really nice upset early on, and that could help your momentum immensely and get your team really motivated and pumped up to play well in your future matches. If you can get, like, a really good upset or just win that really close match.
Yeah, cheers to that. We have now 12 in the server, so we're looking to... Oh, GLHF, I see Ready's up.
Okay.
See you in the game.
All right, we're going to get ready with... Oh my goodness, I think it's coming through the mic. People are very hyped right now over a different game. But here, we're getting started with Era Black right now versus Habib's team. Oh.
Yeah, All My Fellas, there we go.
Yeah, All My Fellas, sorry. I just realized it got short, and I'm like, wait, which team was AMM? But yeah, we're getting started with the first mid-fight here in this best out of 3 winners bracket match.
Working away, wow, massive bomb from Quacks, and actually kind of caught out where the Fridge didn't even notice that bomb not turning around.
Yeah, already, I mean, getting a drop on the med is pretty nice. Both teams' meds actually going down. Alexandra's the last player staying for Era Black. Oh, they might be able to get this pick on the scout. Oh, they trade them out at the very least. Quacks, last man standing off the entire mid. Everyone is dead aside from them. And it looks like All My Fellas, I think, looking at the spawns, I mean, everyone's spawning at like the exact same time, like literally the same second. So I think all my fellows are going to be winning the mid just barely. I think we're going to be seeing like another sort of mid fight happening here, though, with everyone rolling out.
Yeah, what a different flavor from the first match as well, where here both meds are down. And actually, Peniferous working their way back into mid. They're going to contest this, which I think is a great call. Keep the pressure up, basically, and don't let them have it for free. Make sure you know where they're coming from, and don't give them the time to set up the perfect play. Both Ubers about 50% for each medic here. Both medics on regular Uber. So we're looking into, yeah, basically maybe a situation we'll start some sacks, or maybe just sort of wait for the Uber and have a better idea, just sort of face check them and see what they got ready for us today here on LAN.
Yeah, and maybe just go for a sack play and then try to go for like a sneaky off class, you know, maybe a spy or a sniper. Do something interesting, keep the other team on their toes. Looks like all my fellows Bama's gonna go down. Counter sack coming in. Not getting, oh my goodness. Some more, oh my goodness, there's a lot of players at Valley right now. Lots of picks going back and forth. It looks like Arab Black's now able to push out of their second onto mid here potentially. Habib's caught out and they're gonna go down. Everyone, all my fellas, is just trying to scramble to get a salvage going, but it's not really gonna work out. And Arab Black are gonna contest mid, win it out, and potentially, depending on spawn timers, they might be able to contest on second here. Yeah, they're immediately trying to get onto second here through choke, putting some pressure in. Actually, looks like they'll be calling it off. It looked like they were ready to go into second, though, for a moment there.
Look at that hustle. That's what I like to see. Second game of the day. Still early here at Philadelphia. And this team's coming to win. They're playing to win against the toughest opponent that they've had so far.
Yeah, Apathy is going to go down. Oh my goodness, 3 players getting killed on Arab Black. Oh my goodness, a 4th as well. All my fellas gonna be down a few players, but yeah, it looks like Arab Black are gonna have to fall back a little potential. Oh my goodness, a 1v1 going on here in second. It looks like Scratch is gonna die though.
Yeah, Scratch pulling those players back for a couple seconds, honestly, makes a pretty big difference because that brings so much more time to your team to get those spawners in and get back in position. So like now, Peniferous has, you know, a couple extra stickies up, a couple extra eyes into choke that you wouldn't have had otherwise without Scratch's play.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that play. It might, like, at a first glance, it might seem like they're just like, oh, they're just trying to salvage or like feed or something, but it is quite smart. I mean, it does allow them some time to at least be able to hold very far back on second, but all my fellas is full ad here, full Uber ad, and it looks like they're actually using it to put through dungeon. Oh yeah, they're gonna pop right through dungeon, and Arab Black is barely set up. They do have an engineer turret, but it's gonna go down. Looks like they're gonna get so much space here with this Uber. Oh, but 2 of them are gonna go down. Arab Black are now up players, and yeah, all my fellas now down 3.
Ooh, Apathy working the way through the shutter and followed by the scout Scratch getting the kill. Ooh, 2 synced rockets out of, out of Quacks.
Okay,
goes down for it.
Yeah, Arab Black are now pushing out of their last onto second here, at least for now. It looks like all my fellows are not going to give it up for free, though. They're going to try contesting it back just a little bit.
Ooh, wrapping through Cafe as well. Oh, Sandblast 1 HP.
How are they alive? No way. Oh my goodness, I thought they were dead. They were dead to rights there.
Just barely, and now it's a 5v6. So basically, wait. Oh, 2 HP from Agent Cortez manages to just barely survive the fall.
Wow,
and
okay.
Now Sandblast does go down. It's a 4 versus 4 here at this point. So Peniferous and co are squarely holding on to the point. Oh, and they're trying to get just before Culture has Uber.
Oh my goodness, they're trying to use a small ad. Are they going to use it? No, they're not going to be able to use it in time. Their counterpop's going to come in from all my fellas, and now they're in the offensive. They're trying to push into Arab Black second here. Trying to get this kill on Apathy, but Apathy got arrowed, and they're going to be able to jump out just in time, and now it's just going to go back to being fairly even. Uber's just an absolutely chaotic game we have here.
A brilliant play out of the fridge to say, hey, we're going to try and use this ad. But if you're Peniferous, you have to be ready to leave if it doesn't work out right away with how quick that culture is building.
And they all, no, not like this.
Maybe?
Not like this.
We'll see if we get a pause randomly, but yeah, they look like culture started moving at the end there, so maybe they just stopped to smell the roses. Scratch your face a little bit. Get itchy here on LAN. We have now a 3 versus 4. Peniferous still kind of holding it down on second here. Ready. Ooh, that trap is a godsend.
That trap's definitely going to help them out. Just delay all my fellows push just a little bit, just so they can hold it on. And actually, Arab Black a pretty good ad here. They could push out their second here if they're... Oh, looks like they're going for a push in Cafe. Will they be able to get it off, though? Oh, yeah, looks like they're one to rip it right through Cafe, and they might be able to catch them while they're in their choke. Quack's trying to bomb Arab Black's medic. They don't use though. Oh my goodness, actually
The drop.
Oh, they dropped. No, that is so unfortunate. The Diamond Hands did not work out, unfortunately, for the Fridge on Era Black. And now it looks like it's going to be a 3 versus 3 here for the mid fight. Era Black, though, looking like they're going to win this mid fight. Yep.
As a full wipe, yeah, so now they're able to get mid pretty comfortably.
Oh, the forward spawn, though. You got to watch out for that.
Just quacks. Yeah, okay. Wow, still a lot of time for respawning for everyone else. Yeah, that's tough from the Fridge. You know, it's always like the Soldier's allowed to get 1, maybe 2 rockets off, but by the time it's that 3rd, 4th rocket, like my teammates should have handled this by now. So I respect the drop, but it definitely would have made things a lot cleaner moving into second here if even though they still find themselves with that, the rest of the team able to salvage, take out Culture there.
Yeah, 20% ad. I mean, it is usable, but it's kind of hard to use that kind of ad.
Making our way back through Cafe here, we have a little bit poking, a little bit prodding. We're trying to kind of see which is the best way to go forward. Again, they're finding themselves with, let me see, that's about 14% advantage. Personally,
Yeah.
I think it's really exciting to try it and try using it, but that will give enough time for Culture basically kite just for like about 4 seconds and then use back in.
Yeah, no, that's a really dangerous kind of Uber to pull up. Oh, Apathy, kind of in a dangerous spot right there. They are going to get arrowed, it looks like. So they will be able to fade out. Oh, actually, they will not be able to. They get knocked. Oh, and the demo's caught all on air. It's a huge pipe right there. Oh, my goodness. Pipe Jesus has entered the lobby.
Penifer's going nuts here, and look at this on the clock tower. The soldiers from All My Fellas are buying so much space here. And there comes the Uber Force. Yeah, the Fridge kind of caught out, so.
Yeah, and that Uber is, I mean, all it's really going to be able to accomplish is just trying to get away, but they're going to end up dropping just a few moments later. And now, All My Fellas, full Uber ad. We're 8 minutes into this round. No one has gotten a single point yet, but All My Fellas are in a really good spot right here with the full Uber ad. All their players up. Fridge is still down. I mean, Era Black, I mean, they're just going to have to kind of concede a second here. They don't have any heals or anything.
Yeah, it feels a lot more like finally the deck is sort of stacked in their favor for All My Fellas, where they're really poised here and now to take this win on getting around on the board, basically. Habib looking to clear out some of these. We saw a fun crit streak from Habib this way earlier today, but Habib finding that level 2 sentry gun as the Uber comes in.
Oh, yeah, they're trying to enter through right side of point. Habib's getting a little bit caught, though, by that turret. It is going to go down after he trying to fade just for a little bit of space. Trying to get the resup there. Oh, Alexandra's gonna drop the medic and the demo as well. Just a near full team wipe there for All My Fellas. Era Black now gonna be trying to push out of their last Sandblast, trying to get a little bit sneaky, but they're not gonna be able to do much. And yeah, it's a full team wipe there for All My Fellas. Era Black are now fully in this, and they're gonna be trying to push onto mid here, hopefully. Oh, potentially a pause?
Wow.
Is that a pause or is that a lag spike?
Yeah, I'm looking at
Okay,
it. I'm guessing it's pause, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, I don't want any technical issues. This is a very exciting game, though, we have
Wow.
so far. It's just so back and forth.
And what a hero play from Alexandros, right? To basically wrap behind, I don't know, I guess if they went through dungeon or if they went through, you know, the far side of lobby. But either way, for Alexandros to kind of land behind the medic demo, and I forget Scout Soldier the last, whatever, but all 3 picks basically.
Yeah.
That blasted this position so wide open, right? Where now it's like, hey, we have massive ad and numbers ad, and we're getting second for free, working away into mid. But then again, actually, the forward spawns are going to be coming in for All My Fellas. What do we got here? Oh,
Drip check.
that's so fun.
More
Look at
drip check.
this.
All right.
Oh, the
Okay.
metal doctor. Another one.
Okay. Oh, okay. We're unpaused, going right back into things. Oh, Balmo on sniper. Will they be able to get a pick with it? Oh, they should have heard that sniper shot, so they're going to be aware of it. Balmo just seeing if they can get like a sneaky pick before they leave mid. Still full, pretty much full ad here for Era Black. Oh, looks like they're going to be popping it from Cafe, and they're going to be forcing All My Fellas out of mid. Oh, trying to get a shot here on the demo. They have multiple chances, but they're not quite able to land it, unfortunately for them.
That Uber felt so out of place and ill-advised, right? You know, this to me feels kind of like that realm of comms to say, like, listen, don't drop the Uber this time. Let's use early, and they use so early now as a result. Wait a second, Sandblast surfed the rocket forward, almost got him. But yeah, using the Uber too early there, so now they find themselves with this ad, and like, I guess they got mid off it, so that's great, but they kind of good to have that for free.
Bavo trying to get a sneaky shot. Are they going to be able to do it? Oh, no, they're just going to get bombed. Yeah, that's fair enough. It get a little bit too greedy there with the sniper play, but looks like All My Fellas Gonna be trying to go into mid here. Oh, Apathy just bombing right in. Gonna get a kill on one of the soldiers. Another bomb coming in. Looks like they're gonna get denied though.
Yeah, look at this 4 versus 2 here, which is like such a massive gap here in TF2, right? Especially because the medic's not going to be doing damage.
Yeah.
Apathy, you know, the server is only in your mind. You can walk through walls if you believe it with all your heart.
Oh, no, that's a disconnect. Okay, we're definitely going to be seeing a tech pause in a second here, hopefully. Oh, they do reconnect quite quickly, but yeah.
Never seen that one before.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Oh, Bombo going to get a pick there. Just to delay out the push from Era Black just a little bit.
I'm eyeing these, basically, yeah, the respawn are coming in, so I'm looking for sort of all my fellas to come in with a counter sack, and whoop, the bait and switch with the soldier. Paniferous switch from the lock and load to the loose cannon, going for the donks here on LAN. Which, especially with the LAN projectiles, it feels real juicy when it makes connection, right?
Yeah, Scratch now poking their head into Valley. Ooh, they might be trying to go for a play in Valley here. They got the head over there as well. Apathy checking the traps, all right. Kind of, they're being a bit slow here to push on to second. Probably going to be going for a sack play as both meds have Uber here. So let's see what kind of sack play they're probably going to end up doing. Habib's spy checking, I guess.
Yeah, I love this lineup as demo here. You get such clear spam like over this little hill. Like, and you know, being on the Iron Bomber as well, the pipes land exactly where you want to land and det where you want them to det. So Apathy here sort of working on the way back through Cafe. Really, they're just looking for sort of any opening, right? So we send somebody through somewhere. Here Scratch goes down super low in Valley. And actually look at this recommit sort of from Valley. AJ Cortez trying to see what they can find.
Yeah, I mean, they're up a player right now, and they're getting some space in Valley, and Cafe here potentially. Looks like all my fellows are wanting to kind of push out a Cafe, potentially. No, okay. Looks like they're calling it off.
Yeah, we have actually 1 minute and 20 seconds until the stalemate clock, so, you know, we found ourselves years ago in TF2 where, like, we'd be in this situation for so long, but, you know, that's not an option anymore. Only 1 minute left, they say, screw it, we got to just take the super through Valley and make something happen.
Yeah, you don't want it to reset over to mid when you technically have the advantage, since you do have control of mid already in this round. So if you can manage to wipe them and get a really good exchange onto this point, then you can have definitely a pretty good chance of capping their last. But still, in exchange, if you're a pick right there onto Professor E. Now, all my fellas gonna be up a player. Oh, Beeb getting a bit aggressive in choke, trying to put some pressure there. Fax as well, putting some pressure in Cafe.
Ooh, a huge bomb, actually, from Apathy. Goes down for it. So now they're down 3 players on the side of Era Black. Great transition, basically, for all my fellas to have that one opening, turn it into 2 picks, turn it into 3 picks. And now they're able to get mid for free without even using their Uber, so the shoe's on the other foot here.
Yeah, and they're up 2 players right now, technically. Like, if they push right now, they'll be up 2 players. It's a 6v4. I mean, they're just going to have to concede second potentially here, unless, it looks like they'll be going for an exchange to buy time for the 2 other players, so that could actually still work out pretty well for them potentially here to defend their second.
So many players through each of these choke points, and Habib now is actually getting collapsed on by so many of these players. Habib, let's see, does go down to it, so without that demo man, you're so open to so many of the chokes, and we find ourselves with another pause here.
Yeah, I can't believe we have not seen a single point for any of these teams so far. It's just constant. Like, it's not even like it's stalemating super bad. Aside from that last second hold, it's just both teams keep on getting an advantage, rolling the other team 2 points, and then the other team just rolls the other team for 2 points. It is absolutely chaos, and I love it.
Yeah, what a great match. And for all the folks back home, we saw all my fellas in their goodbye bot mode.
Oh my goodness, they're ready to just delete them the second that unpause happens.
It's like spamming mouse 1 until they type unpause.
Yeah.
But yeah, all my fellas was such a dominant force in the first match of today. So now we're really seeing them get tested, right? This is what it looks like to play against other season invite players and stuff like that. Oh, this little cute little hiding spot here in Cafe.
Will it get anything? Will it get it? Oh, they don't check for it. Oh, are they going to get the kill of the soldier? Oh, no. And now they're going to be kind of caught with only 100 HP. Now they're kind of just in a sticky spot, really. They're going to be able to draw some eyes. Actually, they're drawing quite a bit of eyes back here. Oh, they might be able to get no, okay. Yeah, Alexandra's caught behind. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get like anything really juicy out of that. They are going to draw some eyes temporarily, but they are going to go down for it, and Air Black's not going to be able to do much with it. Professor E playing a bit aggressive in Valley.
Well, Agent Cortez was standing right next to that trap, but Piniferous didn't have eyes on it.
Yeah.
Working their way back to last, just build up this Uber, say, hey, we can't afford to like have our med die in when they push into us with ads. So let's just hold last, get an Uber up.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to try to use this ad here. There's not a lot of time to use this. I don't think they are going to use it. Let's see. It might just be an exchange. Oh, actually, it looks like they are just going to play for the exchange. Oh, Sandblast might just be able to get the point. No one's on it. No one's contesting the point.
Sandblast got that so free, but how?
There was no one ready for Sandblast to just W key on a point and just able to get on point. And all my fellas now 1-0 on map number 1 after the first 15 minutes. Oh my gosh, what a round!
Yeah, halfway through this,
just a whole like shonen arc just went down for that one round. All right, on to mid number 2.
So high bombs from the soldiers here. Both of them concede the high ground. Now Apathy playing on the enemy team's side, trying to rain down some of this damage. So both teams are sort of playing this rap game a little bit, right? Where, sorry, I don't mean rap game, but wrapping around each other. I mean, they might be rapping with how the comms sound, but either way, we have great rockets from Quacks coming out onto the fridge. Getting the med pick early is a great way to sort of seal the deal. All these players that like you deal damage to, it's permanent damage now, right? Unless they walk all the way out to get a pack. And what?
Oh, Piniferous on the flank here. Okay, but they have 50 HP. I don't know how much you're going to be able to do. And yeah, they're just going to go down. And now all my fellas fully locked in. They might be able to just roll this into last here. They have full Uber ad almost. Culture is about to get 100% Uber. They might just get ready to pop straight in. I mean, Piniferous is still down. I mean, being down your demo here when you're trying to hold last. Oh, we're going to be seeing some Pyro gameplay. This might be useful. Oh, no, but they get piped by Habib there. Oh, no.
Professor E with the lineup. As soon as basically somebody shows, they'll go for the play, but it looks like they're queuing up in Dungeon. Oh, and Apathy trying to like hide out in that spot where you don't super check, but Habib gets 4 good stickies off, and Apathy has to back up. Reese jumps back in here. So much damage onto the point. There's so much coming out of Habib here where, yeah, they're like luring players onto the point and then cleaning up the damage. So look at that. That's what we kind of see when you lose your med at mid and the other team keeps theirs alive. Roll that ad all the way into last, seal the deal.
Yeah, I mean, just textbook what you do whenever you have full Uber ad and you can just wipe out mid. All my fellas, after a gauntlet of our first round, the second round just went by in a flash. Now they're up 2-0. Still 12 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time for Arab Black to come back into this game. Oh, Habib instantly been dropped down to 70 HP at the mid. That's kind of scary for all my fellas. Let's see. Not enough time, though, to really capitalize off of that damage.
Really from Habib posturing there, that was a lot of fun to watch, like standing his ground. So much damage traded back and forth by the soldier. It was Professor E being the first death. Now 2 deaths on the side of Arrow Black, so that's a mid loss for anyone who's a fan of Marx's precepts of mid.
Yeah, wow. They're still playing so aggressive despite being down 2 players. I don't know if I like that. Oh, but Quack's going in for a bomb. They're going to get the drop on the medic from Arab Black. And now all my fellas have full Uber ad. They're capping second. They're getting ready to just straight up push into last. Sandblast is already just getting in and trying to frag out already on last, but it looks like they're going in by themselves and they're actually just going to get a little bit too overzealous and they're going to die for it. That's going to give Arab like a little bit of breathing room, but all my fellas still a full Uber ad, so it's going to be a bit of a daunting task to survive here.
Yeah, Sandblast could, smelled blood there and knew that player was 5 HP the whole time, so chased and then over-chased. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal when you're here on last because, basically the offense here, the team that's pushing into last has sort of all the time in the world to structure themselves for whatever type of push they like, and here it comes.
Yep, the Uber push from Dungeon. Sandblast edge capping point right now. Not going to get too many kills off of the Uber, but they are going to get some decent positioning. Sandblast being dropped down to 50 HP, but they're going to manage to stay alive, get the arrow. Now going for the kill on the soldier. The demo dead's on point. Oh my goodness, Sandblast going to die on point.
Wait, another cap from Culture?
Wait, I was about to say, all my fellas were down a lot of players. It looks like Arab Black might be able to hold it, but still there was so much cap time on last that all they had to do was just have a player just sit there for half a second. It's capped. So even though they were down a lot of players, no one was really contesting point. I mean, there was no demo trap at point because they deaded. So yeah, All My Fellas taking their third round of this game.
Brilliant play from Culture as well. Shout out to, Medic making the big impact here. Both soldiers making their way across point, now onto the bell tower, off the bell tower, onto the combo.
Oh,
two
huge.
rockets, fast, easy.
That's a huge nuke there from Agent Cortez. Wow, okay.
So many players are still so hurt here. The fridge is down as well, so both medics off the board. And wait, 2 HP, 1 HP, now Quack's finally gone. Alexandro's taking a lot of these pipes from Habib, who is a little bit stuck. For demo, like, you can only really leave if you sticky jump, and this is not enough to sticky jump, so. That is very late. That's a 21-second respawn timer for their demo man.
Yeah, that is pretty scary for All My Fellas. I mean, not having your demo for that long, that gives Era Black a lot of time to do stuff with, especially against both teams of even Ubers. Yeah, looks like they're going to be wanting to take a push through Valley here. Oh, bomb there, but it's going to get denied pretty hard. Sandblast, oh my goodness, on the spy. Are they going to be able to get a lot of value out of it? Let's see. Oh, they're behind. No one's really checking. There's Era Black's fully focused now on just trying to run into their last potentially here.
I can't tell, but I think Scratch might have seen the spy like just before Sandblast cloaked. Oh yeah, like he's spamming backwards.
Yeah, and now Sandblast is going to go down. Now Era Black are up a player. It's going to be even Ubers. Let's see. Oh, looks like they're going to try to push through left side a point. Oh, Scratch getting knocked down to 40 HP, and they're actually going to go down. All My Fellas did pop the Uber, and they do get 2 picks off of it. And now
this does get full add too for the fridge, so basically if they're able to hold this second for a little while while they get the respawners, they should be able to kind of steamroll this into last. And wow, Habib, it felt like so many of those pipes should have connected, but just barely missing. Quack's backing all the way back up to last. They're saying, yep, we didn't basically capitalize on this opening, so we have to be ready for them to come all the way back in here with the full ad.
Happily just flying through the sky, but yeah, pretty good Uber ad for Era Black. Popping their Uber through dungeon, gonna be trying to get the most out of this. Gonna get down the turret. Looks like we'll be seeing a heavy off class as well. Oh, they're trying to cap point here. It's halfway capped. Are they gonna be able to get it? Everyone's just trying to get on a point here to keep it alive. Fridge is trying to contest it, but there's a heavy on point, and they're gonna have enough time to actually Uber the heavy. And it looks like All My Fellas are actually being able to hold last here, just with barely. Oh my goodness, it's so close to being capped. Just one little spy there could potentially just cap it or something if they had that off class going, but not really in position to do that, of course. And now All My Fellas gonna be able to have their second.
Yeah, every time Culture's basically been in a position to make a break with building, every time they've gone so above and beyond. Here to, nice shot, Scratch. For them to have gotten that Uber, even while defending last and trying to protect their whole team, that is a big statement, and woo, just barely surviving as a call them out by name. But wait, Culture does go down, gets chased by Alexandros all the way into last, and now we have a 4v2, but second hasn't been capped.
Yeah, but Habib is so low. I mean, they're going to be able to get the reset, but yeah, it's just Habib and Agent Cortez, all with, actually, there's quite a bit of few spawns, but still, that's a huge amount of Uber ad for Era Black. They should be able to use this Uber ad to potentially just be able to push in the last and get their own round win here. Yeah, Professor E just trying to build up on second right now, getting ready to use this Uber ad, although they're being a little bit slow about it. 8%, and they're barely in lobby.
Full advantage still, basically, or now like 60% advantage for the side of Era Black. They're taking it through the top left side, I guess, from the perspective of All My Fellas, and the gun goes down. Pernifera sticking off the spawns here, so they're kind of doing a good job of zoning out, but they're not closing the gap to points, so they've just kind of been standing here taking damage, letting All My Fellas spam them out.
Yeah, that was a fantastic hold from All My Fellas. Despite Era Black having the Uber push and everything, they're just able to fully hold it in, hunker down, and be able to hold their last, and now they're capping second with ad of their own. And as the match clock dwindles down, less than 6 minutes remaining, All My Fellas up 3-0. It's looking a little bit scary for Era Black as this game is starting to stalemate, and that is not what you want to be seeing if you're down 3 points.
Ooh, both soldiers landing behind the Uber in Valley. And actually a lot of frags are coming out from the side of the Ubered players here. So even with those soldiers behind, you know, you send a couple players back, a couple Ubered players forward. So they just managed to basically stop that threat of the disconnect that they were going for on the side of Era Black.
Yeah, just a full team wipe there from Era Black. And now they're kind of on the back burner. Although All My Fellas doesn't have like full Uber ad, they still do have somewhat significant Uber ad that they can use if they play their cards right. It's like
Sniper, yeah, eyeing him down.
Yeah, Scratch could be trying to go for a pick here on Sniper. Oh.
I wonder if that scout saw them. I'm not sure, but they still have this big Uber ad working their way through the far side of lobby here. So they're going to use their scout and demo to jump all the way in, close this distance. Habib using the knockback to knock him off the high ground here. Now they're zoning out the blue team so effectively, right? Blue's corralled all the way back into their spawn, but here comes the heavy weapons guy, 450 HP. Laying it down here on point. Anyone who touches the point dies as long as this heavy survives.
Oh, Sandblast trying to cap point. Are they going to be able to cap it? Oh, they go down for it, but it's so close right now. Scratch trying to get down Habib there. Habib's going to barely survive. It's just Habib and Culture, and they're still trying to fight it despite it being a 2v3. Okay, now they're actually going to start back up there. Okay, my entire team's dead. I know I'm one of the best demos around, but I don't think I can quite handle this, so I'm going to fall back just temporarily. And All My Fellas, they're still up 3 points, 4 minutes left on the clock. This is, I mean, Era Black are just going to have to just roll this game if they're going to, the rest of this match, if they're going to have a chance to win this game. Oh my goodness. Trade happening, Habib going down. Oh, no way.
Yeah, the cloak and dagger here from Sandblast, like constantly almost out of cloak, almost touching the medic. You know, with this watch, the more you move, the more it gets used. So you can stay indefinitely cloaked, but if you try moving around, then it's not going to go too well for you.
They're going to try backcapping on Spy, but I don't think it's going to work out. Oh, now going invis, trying to draw some eyes just for a moment here. Scratch popping up the Uber into mid. Oh, they're going to go down to a Sniper. And now 2 players left alive for Era Black.
Oh, the bottom mode Sniper is so fun. Oh, let's see it.
Oh.
Maybe shot in the lights. Whoa, a massive hype from Habib.
Swear, both of these teams' demos are just popping off, it feels like.
Woo, he wants more. Yeah, look at Habib go. Alexandros on the Spy as well, and good thing he cloaked so far back because
wow.
Habib, look at Habib is going to spawn camp all the way back here.
Alexander's not even going for the pick on Habib. They're trying to get a pick maybe on like a medic here or something. This guy's an enemy scout. Oh. Oh my goodness.
It's me, guys.
Oh. Yeah, guys. I'm just your third scout. Don't worry about it.
Culture eyeing back here.
Oh my, almost gets a drop on the man. How do they not use their 20 HP? Oh my god.
130 damage. Now the Uber comes in. So many players in spawn for Era Black that can they even get to point to time to contest it? It looks like no.
Yeah, no, and it's now going to be 4-0 in favor of All My Fellas. Despite it being 4-0, I mean, it still feels like such a close game. It just feels like All My Fellas are just able to capitalize on their last pushes a lot more than Era Black.
Right, and we have, yeah, now a 4-0. It's pretty tough up against the clock here, but for Era Black, it's really exciting, I guess, to think into the next map here because they've showed such poise, basically, in the first round, which went for, again, over a half hour holding back All My Fellas. Nice jump from Alexandros, the sync bomb and trading for Habib. I mean, that's always a great play. You know, the demo is so powerful, especially in mid. And what a statement here on this mid. They're getting pick after pick. Both medics still up.
Wow, yeah, Bamo is just getting chased down. It's a 1v1 with 2 scouts just sitting in cafe, but Bamo is going to go down as well. Oh my, happening over in Valley. Culture's going to win it. Absolutely go to bed. They're going to try getting a kill on the scout, but they're not going to be able to do it. They're going to go down. And now it looks like both teams' medics are going to be down. Fridge is just by. Oh my goodness, Scratch with the flank on Habib. Oh my
trading back and forth, having a little bit of fun with it.
There's so many just like melee kills and goofy stuff happening in the last 2 minutes of the map. I think both teams kind of know this map is very much over. Only, unfortunately, with 1 minute and 10 seconds, there's just not enough time to do anything. Like it's physically impossible to get 4 points.
Right. I mean, it's still, I think, very exciting. The soldiers on the side of Era Black are doing fantastically here. We saw a lot of massive, like, high damage bombs from Apathy. We saw a lot of, like, flank plays from Alexandros. So I think this team has a lot to show for themselves, but it'll be very interesting to see what map we're going into next.
Oh, wait, is there enough time? Wait, someone's got to cap second, please. Someone cap second. Someone just like cap it for like half a second, please.
Got it. And yeah, so we're wrapping up this map here for Team Fortress 2, and just for well, I'll save it for a little bit here as we reach our 20-second mark back in this match. We do have a little bit of an Uber here for Culture.
Yeah, let's see what they can do with this Uber. Last 20 seconds, not too much time on the clock. Let's see how many frags they can get. They're just trying to push through choke with this Uber, trying to get the most out of it that they can. Oh, going for the melee kill. It's a melee duel here in choke, and it ends up Culture is just going to win. Culture is just a melee god, apparently. I think they've gotten like 2 or 3 melee kills in this game. Okay. I fear Culture in the melee duels. Do not MGE them in melee duels.
It does feel terrifying. Like, you know, you kind of don't associate a lot of their weapons in the game with real life, but getting battered with like a bust of marble, that's terrifying. Like a head-sized thing smacking into your head. I think I'll lose that one.
Yeah, I think I would die if someone beat me with the Boston Basher in real life. And yeah, unfortunately, but whenever you do melee duels with Boston Basher in hand, it's always terrifying because you think to yourself, I have to hit this. I have to hit this or else I'm going to die. I'm definitely losing this.
A real skill issue there, yeah. It's either win or die, no in between.
Yeah, and looks like, unfortunately, for watching for TF2, we will not be watching Game 2 or potentially Game 3 of this match. We'll be swapping over to PUBG. I think we'll be having a short break, swapping right over to PUBG. For a little bit, and then we'll be right back with some more, actually, might be Overwatch 2 afterwards, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right to me, but we'll take another look at the schedule. And just to report the TF2 scores, we actually had Drift Pugs winning over Goblin Zone, so we have Ford Gaming and Drift Pugs going on in the other winners, I guess, at quarterfinals, right? So, yeah, good luck to all of these TF2 teams, and we'll be joining them again very soon. In the meantime, please enjoy PUBG.